Hello and welcome to AuDHD Unpacked, the podcast where we have real, unfiltered chats unpacking how autism and ADHD clash, blend, and show up in daily life. I'm Chelsea.
I'm Pauline, and this week we're chatting all about food.
Yum yum.
Yum yum.
Yum yum. So do you have what is that trait this week? Like anything that you've
Um,
learned?
that's more in like the emotional side. So I was walking back home and I saw a baby crow by a tree, and I was like, oh my God, like you shouldn't be here. And I could get really close to it, but my shoulder was hurting and I was carrying a bag. So I can't really do anything, but I don't think it would have let me grab it. Um, and then I told Guillermo, and he was like, "Oh, where is it?" Because he was about to come home. So he went by, and he sent me a picture. He shouldn't have sent me a picture. He should have just told me. It'd been run over by a car. I just started crying because I felt like it was my fault because I didn't do anything. I just had so much guilt. Because I was like, oh my God, this baby crow didn't get to live his life. Like, its mom is going to be devastated. But at the same time, I was like, what? I would have put it on the balcony. It would have probably just fallen off.
What did
You
you
know,
learn in that moment about your ADHD and autism?
I don't know.
Oh.
Like, I care a lot. I felt really guilty for
Hmm.
not doing something.
Yeah, I stepped on a snail by accident the other week, and I found that really upsetting. Because snails are one of my
They
favourites,
are. You've
and
got a tattoo.
yeah, and I just didn't see it, and just yeah,
Oh, and the noise too.
I know, yeah. And then the shell was there for like a week, so every time I walked past it, I
Mm.
was just like reminded. Mine's really quick. We had people staying with us, and they were eating the cereal that we had, and and then Tom like wanted to drink one of my fizzy waters, and I'd noticed that I was getting really anxious about it, and I was like,
Yeah.
I shouldn't like care about this. And so I tried to think like, what is it? And I just realized that I have food that I consider my food because it
Mm-hmm.
regulates me. So my fizzy water is like a regulating drink because it gives me dopamine and it hydrates me, two really important things. My cereal is a cereal that I haven't gone off yet. So it's like the only cereal that I'll eat at the moment because I've gone off overnight oats. And then there was something else as well that I was like, I really don't like it when people eat this because it's mine and it regulates me. So I don't know. I think the learning is just that I just need to buy more of that stuff and have it in the cupboard stocked up so that if people are staying, I get less funny
Mm-hmm.
about them having it. But it made me realize how protective I am of those items that I see, not as food, but as regulating sort of tools,
Uh-huh.
which
I'm the same though.
yeah,
If I buy something for me and then Guillermo eats it, I get really upset. And he doesn't really understand because like we can just buy more. And like, yes, but I bought that because I wanted it. You can
yeah,
eat anything you want. I can't eat your stuff
mm,
because he's non-vegan stuff. So I'm like, you can eat anything. Don't eat my stuff. It's like, we can just buy more. It's like, yes, but no. Don't eat
yeah.
it.
And it's that
I can't explain it.
it's when you like expect it to be there and then you go to and it's not, and then all of a sudden you've got all the extra steps of having to go to the shop and then get it and then worrying about whether it's going to be out of stock or whatever.
Mhm.
And yeah,
Yeah, I
so
agree. I get that.
okay, so food.
So we're gonna start with how you were like with food as a kid. How would you say you were?
I didn't struggle with food very much as a kid. The only thing that I remember sort of being funny about was meat. So I would eat processed meat like burgers, chicken nuggets, fish fingers I really liked. But proper cuts of meat were just like disgusting. So didn't like the flavour of them, it was too strong. Didn't like the texture of them because I remember them being too chewy, but also I've learnt later in life that my mom cremates meat, so that might also have had
Mm.
something to do with the texture. And that sort of like never went away. That lasted into adulthood. Um, and actually I remembered that when I moved out of home, this isn't childhood, but when I moved out of home, the first time living away, I tried to cook some raw chicken for a stir fry and I couldn't eat it afterwards because the feeling of the raw slimy chicken on my hands, like even washing my hands, like I couldn't get the feeling off. And then I couldn't even eat it once it was cooked because it just made me feel sick. And even now, I don't really like stir fries very much for that reason because I can
Because of
remember.
that.
Yeah, so just always been funny with me. But I don't have like many traumatic memories around it. I wasn't really forced to eat meat. But what I find weird is that they would still put meat in our meals. In the UK, roasting is really big. Um, so that's like meat and veg and stuff. And that they would still give us proper meat. And I remember not wanting to eat it and then knocking my juice over purposely onto my dinner so that I didn't have to
That's
eat
so
it.
funny.
But I don't remember being like told off for it. Maybe just a little bit, but not in a way that stopped me doing it. I would keep doing it.
But did you do it every time?
I don't think it was every time, but like multiple times. And my brother would do it as well. So he'd be like, oh no, we've like knocked our juice into our dinners. Because I don't know why this was, but my parents would eat, like, I guess maybe they ate later or something, but we would eat at the kitchen table alone. And my parents weren't there. So, oh, we're just
Yeah.
gonna pour our, I don't know why that was, but yeah. So, and I've also as a kid, I was really good with fruit and vegetables. I know a lot of autistic people struggle with the texture of fruit and veg because the flavor and the texture change, but I always just quite enjoyed those things. So, didn't really struggle with that either. Yeah, I don't think I was very picky.
That's good. I was
Yeah.
extremely picky, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Tell us more.
So I wouldn't want to try anything new. I would just want to eat the same things all the time. Like nuggets, all-time favorites. Obviously vegan ones now, but still go-to. Um, I would eat a lot of cordon bleu. So it's like a big nugget, but with ham and cheese in the middle,
Oh, okay.
basically. Yeah, very French. Um, and then ham and mash. Sometimes my parents would do the egg that you dip bread into.
Yeah.
That would be one. Um, and then for the ham and mash, I would do a little well in the mash and I put like a dollop of butter in it. It's so bad. But sometimes they would tell me, okay, that's enough butter now.
I love
Yeah.
salty butter. We've got
Oh
a
my
really
God.
good vegan butter here that's like really
Mm,
salty and it's the
that's
best.
good. I told
Mm.
Guillermo, like, I used to eat butter. I
Yeah,
could
me
just
too.
eat it like this. And
Yeah.
he's like, what? Well, it's
It's
so
such good.
good.
Yeah.
It's
Like
just, yeah.
I think something that's really underrated is just bread and butter. Like a really nice
Mm-hmm.
bread, not sliced bread, like a proper
No.
bakery bread and then just salted butter.
Mm-hmm. I
Very
agree.
underrated. So tasty.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, But yeah, I remember my dad one time just saying like, "We can't just keep feeding you nuggets." And I'm like, "Why?" But I would barely eat any vegetables, which is funny now because I went vegan. And when I said that to my parents, they were like, "What? But you don't like vegetables?" Like, I still like struggle-ish to eat them. I don't mind them as much. But my big struggle when I was younger was to try new foods. I would like
Oh, okay.
refuse to try anything. I would take
You know what?
the tiniest bite and then I'd be like, I would just make disgusted faces. I think it was really funny. They're like, you don't have to make these faces.
My mom
You'd be
does
like,
that. My mom will do
I
like
just
the little nibble and then she'll go, ugh, no.
Yeah, that's me. The only vegetable I would eat was green beans with a shit ton of butter. I did like fish fingers too. Anything breaded would
Mm,
be no problem.
yeah.
And then every Sundays, well, I guess it was kind of like in the UK, like a roast dinner, but it would just be like my dad would make a full chicken, and then we'd have potatoes, and I obviously wouldn't eat any of the vegetables, but they would make like green beans for me.
Mm.
I used to love the skin of chicken, like the greasy, crackly. Oh, I used to love it. I would just want to eat that, and they're like, "You can't just eat this."
It
Yeah.
was it chewy or crispy?
No, it was crispy.
Oh, okay.
It was so good. Obviously can't eat it anymore, but
No, that
yeah.
sounds grim.
It's I think because it was just, like, really greasy, that's why I liked it.
Mm,
Very
yeah.
unhealthy.
So do you think that the main negative comments that you got or, like, any tellings off were around you not eating a wider variety of food? Or do you
Yeah.
think
Yeah, it
was
would
there
be
anything
that,
else?
and then not wanting to try anything. I think they get pretty annoyed about it.
That's what I was gonna say is
Okay.
I think as a kid I would try anything, but if I knew I didn't like it, I wouldn't go back to it. Whereas as an adult, I do like trying new things, but I do get anxious about it.
Mm,
And I think part of it is the chronic illness because I'm more tired, my sensory
mm,
capacity is lower, and so I get more nervous about it because I don't know, like I had a couple of panic attacks when I was living in Vancouver actually, while I was
oh,
eating food, and it was always out at a restaurant. And so now when I'm in a new place with food, if I've got new food on my plate, I'm always not on the verge of a panic attack, but I have to like really talk myself down.
mm.
What's running through my head is I'm gonna have an allergic reaction, stop breathing and die. Even though that's literally never happened to me.
You're not allergic
But
to anything, are you?
no, this literally never happened. But I tell you what, it's because the first time that I had a panic attack at a restaurant, that's what I thought was happening. I thought either I was
Oh,
having an allergic reaction or someone had spiked me and that I was reacting to the drugs badly. And it just turned out to be a panic attack. But it was a panic attack so bad that um I don't know if I've told you about this one. Like I hyperventilated so much that I couldn't feel my feet or my hands anymore. And then my hands like curled into claws and I literally couldn't move them.
oh,
They were like frozen there. And it's something to do with when you hyperventilate, it fucks your blood up somehow. And so like everything constricts and you can't
oh,
move it. And I just like I didn't know what
no.
was happening to me. Um so since then, every time I'm in a new location and I'm trying a new food, I get really like,
Mhm.
this is gonna make me die. And then I have to be like,
Yeah.
it's literally not. I just have to calm down.
Yeah,
But
I'm not a big fan of trying new restaurants. I like sticking to what I know.
I like really fluctuate depending on what my energy's like. If I have like a
That's
bout of energy, I'm like, I want to go somewhere new. Give me the dopamine. Give me like, let's feed the ADHD.
yeah, but I still need to look at the menu before I go. I can't
Oh
just
yeah,
go and not know
no,
what's there. I have
no.
to.
We went for Tom's brother's birthday, we went to this cafe for brunch and I knew in my head what I was gonna have and then we got there and they had I don't know if they'd changed the menu or something, but
Oh,
whatever I wanted like wasn't available that day and they were like, "Oh, we're not serving that today." Even though they had all the ingredients for it, because the other menu like it was just a sausage sandwich basically. And so they were
mhm.
serving full breakfast with vegan sausages. I said, "Oh, I know it says on the menu you're not serving it, but can I have it?" And she was like, "Oh no, we're not doing that today because we're extra busy." And then I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to think about what I want." And then she went round the table and came back to me and she was like, "Oh, what would you like?" And I just like burst out crying and
Oh
I just couldn't
no.
talk. Like I couldn't like I was struggling to breathe. I don't think it was a panic attack, but I think I was just so overwhelmed because I was already in PMDD. We were moving like that week or the week after.
Mm.
And yeah, I just like had to go and she was like she went away And then she came back, she was like, "Oh, our chef says he'll do it for you." And I was like, "No, it's okay, I just need to go home." And just
Um,
sat outside drinking my like, finished off my cup of tea, and Tom, like, helped calm me down,
yeah.
and then I just walked back home because I just couldn't
Yeah.
deal with it that day. But on a day where I had more energy, was less stressed, like, those sorts of changes, I can deal with them better, but that day I just and that I think that's one of the first times I've broke down in a restaurant for the last few years, and it was in front of Tom's family, and I think they'd never seen me do
Yeah.
that before, and they were
Right.
like they didn't know what to do, and they didn't know how to react, and they just acted like nothing had happened. And,
That's
like,
probably
they were
worse.
I thought it was kinda weird, and I thought maybe they were just, like, giving me space, but then when they got back home, 'cause we were living with them, they didn't even mention it.
Maybe that's too
Uh
much space.
And, I think they were just, like, really awkward. I was quite embarrassed and upset because I was like, "Oh, your family's gonna think," because it was Tom's brother's birthday, and I was like, "What are they gonna think?" And he was like, "Well, I think it's good for them to see you like that so then they can understand how bad it gets sometimes." But then they just they didn't mention it.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't know whether they learned
Well,
anything from that or not.
yeah. I get it though when you go to a place and you know what you're gonna want, so you're excited for it, and then like, oh, we don't have it, and you go, oh,
Well,
so now I have
I
to
think
think all over again.
yeah, usually I can handle that, but I think that day in particular, I was on the verge of being like, "I don't think I can deal with this. I'm gonna stay home." But I was like, "But they serve a sausage sandwich," and for me, that's quite a bland sort of meal. That's a
Mhm.
very safe meal for me, and it's something I would eat at home if I didn't have a lot of capacity for, other meals. So I was like, well, at least the meal is not gonna push my limits and I can wear my earplugs and then so if it's noisy, it won't be too bad. And I dealt with all that and I got there and I was fine. And then just that one change just
Yeah. And
yeah.
that's when you think, "I should have listened to myself and stayed
And
home."
stayed home. I said like
Yeah.
me and Tom when I was sat outside finishing off my cup of tea, because it was quieter outside, so I just went out there. I was like, "Yeah, like, I think we both knew I should have stayed home, but I felt
Yeah.
bad for his brother and wanted to be there as well." But,
Mhm.
yeah.
But so in those situations, that's when you push yourself too much and you pushing yourself to a meltdown or something. When
Yeah.
you knew deep down that the best choice would be to stay home.
Yeah.
That's hard. Yeah. You tried.
Yeah. And, Tom's brother's very understanding, like, he has his own mental health things, so he gets
Mhm.
it in a way that I think other members of the family maybe don't. So he was like, you know, he was very good about it, but his parents just nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fine.
Would you
Um,
say to get back on
yeah, yeah,
on
sorry, that
track?
was a big
No, no, it's all good. Is there anything else as a kid that you would do or that you had?
I think some of the negative comments that I've always had, so not necessarily just as a kid, but coming into adulthood as well, is like one, I've always been a messy eater. So had a little bit of tellings off as a kid for like spilling food down me or like all over the table. And one thing that really irritates my mom, like whenever I go eat at her house because they don't have a dining table, she'll always give me a tray and she'll be like, "You have to eat with a tray." I think because she knows that I'm always spilling food. And also the other thing that I do is like sometimes I cut too hard and then it goes flying
Mm.
off the plate. And it's like, honestly like 50 to 80% of my meals, I'm like, if I'm not spilling it down me, I'm spilling it on the couch or the table or it's flying off. But I think part of it is like this is one of the reasons I think I might be dyspraxic because I don't feel like I have like very good control over the cutlery. And then also, if the cutlery is really heavy, like it hurts my wrist. And so like I don't feel like I can control it and it just like spills everywhere. But then the other thing is that I hold my knife and fork in the opposite hand, which was something my parents didn't like tell me off for it. How about as a teenager then? Did your food habits change?
Well, I would say my food habits only changed when I think I was 21 when I went to Australia and I was an au pair for a family that was vegetarian. And I did it on purpose because I wanted to push myself to try and eat more different foods, which is really weird because I'm not really like that. But I like to push myself out of my comfort zone sometimes. So that really helped me. And then I went vegetarian when I was 23, maybe. And then vegan was within like 6 months. Yeah. What about you when you were a teenager?
I had a stage where I was logging all my food and counting calories, and then I was on the eat 30 plants in a week phase. This would be really healthy to eat 30 plants in a week because it helps your microbiome. But there was a phase where, like, for about 18 months, every week I would write down all the different plants I was eating. But it got
Right.
to the point where I was obsessing about it. So if I
Yeah.
wasn't hitting that, and then I was like, oh, I've got to stop doing this because it's impacting my life. And I think that's the only time I've ever really experienced disordered eating was when I'm, like, actively logging my food, because then I get obsessive
Mhm.
about it and very I guess this is where the autism comes in. I get quite black and white, and I'm like, if I haven't done it, then I'm, like, failing in some way.
Yeah.
Which is also the capitalism skinny sort of messages coming in as well, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not just the autism, but that's
Mm.
yeah, very lucky not to have had any, like, full-on eating disorders or anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Feel pretty lucky that I didn't have one either. It's easy to get into them.
So, overall, would you say you're a food lover?
Yes. I just don't like cooking sometimes.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, like, what do you think you love about food?
I like the flavors. I feel happy when I eat. Guillermo always comments about the fact that I'm always like, like
Yeah,
when
me
I
too.
have food in front of me, he thinks it's funny.
Especially if
Um,
I've been, like, hangry or, like, hungry or whatever, then when I have food
yeah,
in front of me, that's when I'm the most happiest. The reason that I love food is 'cause I find it really regulating. So, it, like, works in multiple ways. So if I'm really bored and need a dopamine hit,
yeah.
essentially a crunchy or salty snack will give me a boost for that dopamine, and cooking a
Mhm.
new recipe, that's a source of dopamine for me. A meal with, like, lots of texture and, like, strong flavors, especially sour ones like vinegary, lemon, um,
Okay,
that gives me dopamine. Love meals like
that's
that.
funny.
Um, and if I'm feeling down, then, like, a familiar snack is comforting, or, like, a cup of tea will really cheer me up. Like,
Tea
I
will
got home
fix everything for you.
everything. I only got home half an hour before this we started recording, and the first thing I did was put the kettle on because I just knew I'm gonna have a cup of tea and I'm gonna feel better, and I did.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a comforting element, there's the dopamine element of the food, there's the comforting element of the food, and then there's also when I'm in a shutdown, I don't know why this is, but if I eat something, it helps me come out of the shutdown quicker. And I think
Mm,
part of it is that, like, when I'm in a shutdown, I'm worrying, oh, what's my next meal going to be? Who's going to make it? Because I can't make it. What if, like, the textures and the flavors, I can't handle them? And it's like this internal panic and over sort of thinking. But then
mhm.
once I've actually eaten something, even if it's just a snack or a bit of porridge, I feel calmer, and then within maybe an hour I'll be out of the shutdown. Usually, not
Right.
always, but
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah, I think I have a very sweet tooth. So anything like chocolate, ice cream, anything sweet, like I'll have it. And I think my mom would comment on that a lot too, that I just love sugary things.
Mm,
Um, oh, one of the things that I would love when I was younger would buy like Kinder Buenos, and I would be allowed like one here and there. Um, and that would make me really happy. Or when people would come over, would be allowed an apple juice. I would love apple juice. I still do, but I don't
mm.
really have juices anymore. But like an apple juice would be like, yay!
See,
Just so fun.
I think when I was younger, I was a sweet tooth. I think probably a lot of kids are, but as an adult, like, I don't even drink fruit juice very much because I find it too
Mhm.
sweet.
Oh, I
Don't
see.
you think that's crazy, right? Like, that
I
even,
mean,
like, fresh juice is a bit too sweet for me.
I love fresh juice, but I think all the juices are extremely sweet
Yeah, that's
because they
true.
are. They're full of sugar.
Yeah, but even because 'cause I'm like, because sugar messes with my thyroid, so I am conscious
Mm.
of buying the pure juice or whatever, and sometimes a pure apple juice, I'm like, "This is way too sweet for me." Or like, orange juice less so, but yeah,
Mhm.
apple, too sweet.
Yeah.
But I'm not as I'm a fiend for salt, so anything salty or sour over anything sweet for me, I think. And I'm also, like, a very savoury person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are, yeah. I'm not. I mean, I'll have like crisps here and there, but I'll more on the sweet side. Like
Yeah.
I have another stomach for dessert. If I'm full, I can like there's always space for dessert.
Mm,
And Guillermo
yeah.
doesn't understand. He's like, "How are you still eating?" I'm like, "Well,
I
I
can
don't have
have,
because
like, tiny little bit, but I couldn't
mm,
like, a whole cake is usually unless I've planned
well,
for it,
yeah,
it's not on my,
right."
you know.
Because like my parents would always say that, "Why are you not finishing your food, your main, but you still have space for dessert?" And it's like, "Well,
Mm,
because that's like the best part of it."
yeah. And I think because when we were living in Sheffield, we'd go around to Tom's mum and dad's for dinner on Sunday or whatever, and his mom would make some kind of dessert for afterwards. So, like,
Mhm.
usually some kind of crumble or a brownie or whatever. And quite often I wouldn't want it. And it's like, one, because the sugar fucks with my thyroid and she would put a lot of sugar in, which fine, whatever, but I don't want it. And then two, because for me the meal is the main bit, not the dessert.
Mm.
So I'm like, I don't need the dessert. What I want is the main
Yeah.
thing. And I think she's never said it, but I think she does find it a little bit weird, and sometimes I worry she's offended
Mm.
that I'm not eating it.
Oh.
I guess, like, my overall thing with food is that I am a sensory seeker because
Mhm.
I love the crunch, I love the strong flavors, love lots of different textures in my meals. And I think that I feel lucky for that because I know that, one, a lot of autistic people seem to struggle with texture and flavors and have RFID, which is restrictive foods intake.
Disorder. Yeah.
It probably is disorder, isn't it? Knowing the people who create those things. Um, and I don't have that, and I would hate to have that because I love food so much.
Mhm.
And then I'm glad I don't struggle with it. And then two, um, it's a part of me that I think deviates from the expectation of autism or
Yeah.
what autism is, and I get to, like, I love that I get to show that on my social media. So, like, every so often I'll do a post of like, here's what I've eaten recently, and it's
Mm.
just these plates full of like color and texture. And there are people who are like, I could never eat this, and like, that's fine. Like, there are a lot of autistic people who do only want to eat beige food or can only eat beige food. But then I think, in particular on social media, I've seen that become like a trope or a stereotype, and it exists for a reason
Mhm.
because there are a lot of people who struggle with food, and that's like a safe food. But then there's like the a different side of autism where there's autistic people who do eat variety, and I think that gets
Mhm.
missed a bit. So
Yeah.
I like that I can show that, um,
I
and
like
like
that you
sort of,
show it
oh.
because I think it does inspire people to try and eat different things.
I have had people say, "I'm not sure that I would eat this or that this is gonna suit me, but you have made me feel like I want to try and eat
Hmm.
something that looks like this." Um, so that is nice as well. But
Mhm.
I don't do it to sort of push people to eat
No.
but it is nice that people feel like, "Oh, okay, like, I've seen everyone talk about chicken nuggets, but now I'm seeing someone talk about all this texture and flavor, and maybe that is
Mhm.
something that I can explore." Because, and I think this is a side thing, but when I was first diagnosed, I saw loads of people who were autistic wearing, like, loads of colour and dyeing their hair, and I was like, "Oh,
Mm.
that's what I must do to be neurodivergent and to be seen as properly neurodivergent." And that's what I did, and then it was just a mask.
Uh,
It was just a
I
mask that I was
see.
putting on, I think,
Oh.
and I think it was good to explore that, but then
Mhm.
at some point I realised I don't
Yeah.
it doesn't it didn't feel authentic to me, and because well,
Mhm.
one of the things is that dyeing my hair pink was too much upkeep and it was wearing me out. So I, like, loved it, but I was like, "This is" like, I am a lazy bitch. I just want, like, the lowest
I am
upkeep of
too.
hair possible.
So do
So,
you think you did that as a mask too? Your pink hair?
well, when I was younger, I had pink hair.
Oh,
On
I
and
see.
off. It is something
Okay.
that I enjoy, but I don't think it's something that is authentic to me, as in
Mhm.
doing my hair every 6 weeks pink is not something that I enjoy. It drains
Yeah.
me, so I was like, "Let's get rid of this." I think it was more the clothes than the hair, 'cause I was wearing more colour, and l
Yeah.
I mean, I'm literally black head to toe
Black.
today, so
Yeah. I've always struggled to find my style, I think, and I've always wanted to look like other people, like how they dress. But then I'm like, I'm just gonna wear what I like and what I'm comfortable in. I have like some like weird stuff that I put on sometimes. Like weird. It's not even that weird, but I I definitely long to be more stylish, but I know
mm.
I have the energy or the money to do it. So I'm like, meh, I don't, it's fine. Too much effort.
Well, I don't want people to see neurodivergent people with colourful hair, bright clothes, dopamine dressing, and only eating beige food and think that's what I have to be a
Hmm.
legitimate neurodivergent person.
Yeah.
I can dress in, like, dull colours, have non-dyed hair, and eat, like, a
Hmm.
loads of food and still be neurodivergent, and that's equally as valid.
Yeah.
And I think this is the big thing for me, because when I was going through, like, I accepted that I was ADHD pretty quickly, but then when I was trying to figure out am I autistic or not, when I kept coming across the beige food, that's when I was like, "Oh, well, I can't be autistic then, because I love food, and I love texture, and I love variety, and actually I will eat a chicken nugget, but not really my favourite food. I find it a bit too bland," you know? So and for ages, I was like, it was those kind of things that made me feel like, well, I can't be autistic then.
Yeah. So it's interesting because feel like I'm kind of the opposite, but mostly when I was younger. I'm a lot better with like eating variety now. But my forever comfort meal is mashed potato, nuggets. Nuggets will be my forever comfort food. But I like very flavorful nuggets. I don't like the blend. No,
Mm.
I'm very specific with which nuggets I like. And then barbecue sauce. I'm obsessed with barbecue sauce, but I'm also extremely specific with it. Like it has to be very bold. And then when I try, if I can't find the one I like, because they used to have it at Costco and now they don't anymore. So I would be trying to find it everywhere. I finally managed to find it again, but I would have to try different ones and be like, what is this?
D
No, thank you.
It's so fu barbecue sauce isn't one of my, like, comfort things, but I do like it as a flavour. But
Mm-hmm.
I went through the exact same thing where I couldn't get a hold of a barbecue sauce and I had to try different ones. And there are some that are just like, they're
It tastes
so
like tomato
tomato.
sauce. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Why?"
No, it's not what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I put it,
I
like, on
Oh, go
almost
on.
everything. Not
Yeah, see,
everything, but a
I only
lot of
put it
things.
on specific things, but I'm more like that with vinegar, where I will put vinegar on almost
Mm,
everything. Like different types
okay.
of vinegar, so apple cider vinegar, balsamic vinegar, malt vinegar, whatever, like just vinegar.
That's
Um,
funny.
and like I can't remember the last time. Or I haven't had a pizza since I was a kid that I haven't put loads of vinegar on to soak the base, because I like the base to be soggy and vinegary. That's the reaction that pretty much everyone has when they learn that about me.
It's mostly soggy. I was like, no. I hate when
Actually,
like,
I tell you when I did have a pizza that I didn't have like that. In 2022 or 3, when I visited Vancouver, we went for pizza together.
oh
And I remember
yes.
eating it and being like, "This is rubbish." I think I might have even said to you, "I wish that we had vinegar."
They probably had some. It was an Italian
I
place.
think I put loads of the oil on it instead.
Yeah, probably. So
To
funny.
make it okay. Oh,
That was really
yeah.
funny. But yeah,
Um,
I don't really like sour like you do.
oh, I
I
love
can't. I don't like it.
I guess for me as well, like where I've got this chronic illness, it's just such a good source of dopamine to just have a hit of something really sour. Sometimes I'll just drink a bit of vinegar.
I love balsamic vinegar. Like, give me some bread and some olive oil and balsamic vinegar and like plop it in there. This
Yeah,
is like when I
very
used to
yummy.
work at an Italian restaurant in Chesterfield, they would make focaccia every day and you put
Mm,
so freaking good.
yeah.
They
Oh,
don't really have that good bread here, so
no, that well, I tell you what, they do have good bread at like Nelson the Seagull or whatever, but it's so expensive.
I think I like the taro breads one.
Mm,
That one's pretty good. It's just expensive, and I'm
it,
like, in Europe, it
yeah,
costs like in
nothing.
France, it's
Yeah,
€1 to get a freaking baguette, and here you
yeah,
pay like $45.
yeah.
Ridiculous.
Going back to the barbecue thing that we both experienced, so like it is so annoying when you sort of have that safe food, or I guess for me it wasn't even a safe food, but just like a regular purchase that I had, and then it's something you eat, and then like it changes, or you have
I
to
don't.
find an alternative, or like whatever. So annoying.
It makes me really upset. Like really upset when
Yeah,
I hear. Yeah.
I don't get upset. I just find it annoying. And also that like when you go off something as well. So like I say earlier that like I went off overnight oats, and
It
I
might have been when it cut.
oh okay. So like I used to eat overnight oats every morning. Like it must be going on 2 years. And then one day I was just like, I can't eat this anymore. Like
No,
I
yeah.
actually it wasn't one day. I was building up to it. Every time I ate it, I felt sick, but I didn't know what else to eat. And then I found this sugar-free granola at the shop and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try that. And it was so good. And like I've never had overnight oats since then. And that was probably like 3 months ago or something.
Yeah.
And
So you keep going.
but it's kind of annoying that like in the way that when a safe food changes that like I ate overnight oats for so long and now I'm a bit worried that if I was to try and eat it I would just feel like really ill, and like so now that meal that was like a
Yeah.
consistent is just gone.
Yeah, I've had that with um just porridge. I used to eat porridge every morning for a while. Um and then not long ago I was making scrambled tofu and
Mm.
like the thought of it, I was like, I can't eat this anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I felt like I was gonna barf.
Mm.
Yeah. I haven't tried again. I think I would probably be fine now. But I think I'm also going off of the sausages, the Beyond sausages. I don't know why, because I was obsessed with them, and I'm like, fuck, what the hell am I gonna eat for
Oh
breakfast?
no.
Yeah. But the overnight oat thing is making me think that I used to like them until I got food poisoning, and now
Mm.
I can't. just the thought of it, and same with panna cotta,
Oh, okay.
because I had food poisoning from that.
Yeah.
So, like, just someone mentioning it or seeing a panna cotta, I'm just like,
Mm.
no, I
That's,
can't."
I had that experience with I was ill once when I was little, and my nan gave me, an omelette. I've never been able to eat omelette since. Just
Yeah, it's a horrible feeling.
yeah.
Food poisoning to me is one of the worst things because I love to eat, but then when I have it, I can't. It makes me think, bleh, it makes me sick to think about eating.
Yeah,
And it makes
yeah.
me so mad because I'm hungry, but I can't eat because I feel like I'm gonna barf if I think
That
about food.
that feeling that you've just described is what I feel when I think about overnight oats now.
Yeah.
It, like, makes my like, feel heavy.
Yeah, it
But,
turns your
on the
stomach
food
over.
poisoning, just because 'cause we've mentioned snails already in this podcast, um, I had food poisoning as a kid that put me in hospital for, like, 3 or 4 days. I was really ill, and, they, like, tested my stool or whatever, and, they were like, "Yeah,
Did
this
you
is a
eat
kind of food."
snails?
They were like, "This is a food poisoning that comes from, like, some kind of wild animal, probably." They said it could be a dog or a cat, but most likely it's something else that you've, like, touched and not washed your hands properly. And at the time, I had this jar of garden snails that had laid eggs, and I would, like, just take them out and, like, let them, like, slime on my hand or whatever, and so I obviously hadn't, like, washed my hand and, like, got really ill. And then when I got out of the hospital at the end of our garden, there was, like, a factory behind the house, and my dad just threw the jar over and got rid of the snails. He was like, "You can't have these anymore. You can't be trusted."
That's sad.
Yeah, but, I don't really remember being I remember being in hospital, but I don't think I was eating anything. Like, I don't really know
Mhm.
what it was. We'd had a McDonald's, I think, that day, and I still ate
Right.
McDonald's after that. Not
Mm.
anymore because 'cause they're on the Palestine boycott list, so
Mhm.
boo.
Boo. But they don't have vegan stuff, do they?
They do. Here they have
Oh,
a McPlant.
I hate that they have, like, fun stuff in Europe, and here they don't have anything. Well, I wouldn't eat McDonald's anyways, I don't wanna give
No.
them money. But,
Yeah,
like, Burger King used to have a
they
vegan
do
one
here.
here, and they
Yeah.
stopped.
I have seen there are a lot of brands rolling back on their vegan stuff.
Oh, wait, it wasn't Burger King, it was something else. KFC, and they
Oh,
stopped
okay.
having it.
Oh, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't eat at those places anyway, so I don't know if
Yeah.
KFC did, but yeah, I know McDonald's and, Burger King here both did
Mhm.
do them at one point. I mean, I don't that maybe they've
Yeah.
stopped. Who knows? Okay. So, I can just say you don't like cooking, do you?
Well, I do, but I have to be in a specific, like, mindset.
Okay.
That's the thing. Like, I cooked 2 days ago, and it was fine. It's just, like, this
It
step.
was fine, but did you enjoy it?
I did, it was really nice.
Okay.
No, and I made garlic bread. I made cannelloni with garlic bread.
Oh,
I love making that, yeah.
you made the bread from scratch?
No, God, no.
Oh, okay. I was, like, impressed. I was like, "That's so cool, I
No.
barely ever make bread." And then I was
No,
like,
I've
"It's
never
'cause
made
she's
bread.
French."
No, I've never made bread. Um,
Oh, okay.
it's so funny. No, I, like, you know,
Okay, yeah.
painted the bread with butter
Oh,
and
but so
garlic.
you didn't just buy a garlic bread, you got a bread and
No.
then oh, I
Yeah,
see. Okay,
yeah.
that's fun.
It's still something,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah. Um, but yeah, I have to be in a specific mindset. It's just my phone is just a big problem.
What do you mean?
I'm just sat on the couch on my phone and,
Oh,
like, trying to go do anything is, like, a really hard push. And it drives me nuts, and I just wanna throw it away, I'm not even kidding. It's that bad.
Have you been using your brick still?
I am using it, yeah, but as soon as
Yeah.
the thingy goes off, I'm like
Yeah.
But if I put music on, that's what I did yesterday, I was like, "I need to, like, do something." So I put music on, so I felt like that gave me the dopamine I needed to actually do something, and then I started cleaning everything, and then I cooked. So oh, is it going away again?
You did cut out for me, but
Fuck.
I
That
think
should be
it's
fine.
fine. What did you I
Yeah.
don't know what you said though.
Oh, I said I put some music on, and that gave me the dopamine I needed to, like,
Oh,
do
okay.
stuff. So I think
Yeah.
putting music is a good way for me to
Yeah.
get it going.
See, I think for me, the cooking is the dopamine for me because I love food so much. Well, food is the dopamine, but then like if I'm in, like, I just love cooking. I love the process of cooking.
Mhm.
Um, I find it a really good creative outlet. Like basically anything where I don't have to leave the house and use too much energy going out and dealing with sensory and stuff like that. So for me, cooking's a really good creative outlet, and I have a bunch of meals that I will make regularly, but then I also have a ton
Mhm.
of cookbooks. So every so what, like at least once a week, I'll make a new recipe because I really enjoy it. I really enjoy the process of learning new meals and being like, is this
Okay.
one that I can add into our like regular
Mhm.
sort of like thing? The other thing I do actually, and I think this is, I don't know, maybe it's interesting, maybe it's not, but because we order a veg box, we don't get our vegetables from the supermarket. Our veg is always like slightly seasonal, so there are certain things that we will only have at certain times of year. And so there are some meals that are like, well, that's a winter meal because that's the only time we get that veg. And we
Mhm.
have like summer meals because that's the only time we get that veg. And I find that really good because then I don't get bored because I'm not eating it all year round. And I'm
Right.
also looking forward to it because I'm like, oh, in autumn I get to eat loads of squash and
Mhm.
you
Yeah, no,
know,
that's good. I feel like if it has something that you can stop having it for a little bit, then you don't get sick of it. And
yeah, and it keeps
like I
the
like eating
dopamine there.
soup, yeah,
Mm,
but like I'm not gonna eat soup in the summer.
no,
So I always eat the same soup, but I'm not gonna get bored of it because I don't
you
have
have
it.
a break. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Soups in the winter and then switch into salads in the summer. I love a salad.
I struggle to make salads, which
I
is
think I think
yeah.
people get salads wrong because when I make a salad, like the leaves are the the least thing in
Uh-huh.
there. Is that like so I've got like loads of
Um,
nuts, like
yeah.
crispy tofu, loads of different vegetables and stuff and oh just but I really love loads of texture and that is like a very textural
Mhm.
like salad that I make.
Yeah.
So
I hate when people make a salad and it's just lettuce. Like lettuce
yeah.
is the main thing and I'm like, I'm not gonna get full from this. This is bullshit.
And I feel like
So I
when you
don't
go
like that.
out and they're like a side salad with your thing and it's just some leaves and I'm like this is
No.
not.
No.
Um
Um,
But I think the flip side, like, because I do love cooking, I think the flip side of it is that when I'm burned out or don't have the energy, I really, really struggle to cook. Like, it's
mhm.
like we talked about in the burnout episode how personal hygiene was one of the first things for me to go, but then cooking is the next thing. And I rely on Tom a lot more or on frozen meals a lot more, or just something like porridge, something very simple or
Mhm.
toast. Um, and then I sort of feel like I feel like it depresses me a bit because I'm like, "Oh, I just wanna have a really crunchy, textured meal," but I know that
Mhm.
if I have that, it's gonna almost overload me,
Right.
and I feel annoyed. Like, the main feeling I feel is annoyance if I can't eat the normal
Yeah.
food I want.
I feel like for
Um,
me it's not like a creative outlet because I have to follow recipe. I can't really cook. Like I can't make up a recipe. I can like twitch them, but I
Mm.
can't. I need the base to follow.
Right.
Um,
Oh, see,
so
I
then
throw
the
anything and
problem is
everything together.
also yeah, that's funny. So the
What?
problem is also I have to huh? What?
Oh, I was just gonna once, because I do experiment with food. When we were like, this was years and years ago, we were living in London, and I made I tried to make a potato salad, like, like potato and mayonnaise and stuff, but I put
Uh-huh.
lentils in it, and
Okay.
the lentils went, like, really mushy, and then it was just this, like, grey mash that I was trying to convince Tom to eat, and he was having none of it, and it was really bad.
That's funny. Oh god. But like did you make it up? Oh,
Yeah.
I see. That's so funny. I'd like the idea of it. I would like to be able to do that, but I can't. And the problem is also, it's not just I need to cook, it's I need to find a recipe that I want to eat right now.
Oh, okay. See, I plan it. I do plan it.
Yeah.
So, like, if ever I get a new cookbook, and I do buy like 2 or 3 a year just to give me new ideas or
Mhm.
whatever, I will go through with Post-it notes and mark the pages of recipes I think I'll like,
Mhm.
and then I'll sort of think, what season is that veg most likely to be in? And then in my
Oh,
paper diary that I, like, plan stuff in, I'll be like, maybe cook this meal. And
okay.
then what I'll also do is, if that veg isn't in the veg box, I'll maybe order it as an additional on top of what they're
Mhm.
sending. So I do sort of semi-plan it a little bit, but sometimes I also just, like, look at what vegetables we have and think, and then just go to the index of the book and, like, search for those vegetables in the index, and it'll
Mhm.
tell you what recipes have that in, and I do that sometimes if I'm feeling,
Right.
um
I used
yeah.
to plan all my meals. Um, I just don't think I have the energy for that anymore.
No, I go through phases, and what I'll maybe do is look at the veg box and then sort of be like, what are, like, 3 meals that I'm gonna make out of this veg?
Mhm.
So, then I've got 3 for
Right.
the week, and then we'll
Yeah.
just probably just have pasta one night on top of that, and
Mhm. Yeah,
yeah.
I've had to cook for the last week because well, sometime I miss the deadline for to order my food. The prepped meals. Um, that happens a lot. That sometimes I also don't like what they have, and, like,
Yeah.
I don't like what they have for next week, and they keep fucking up my orders.
Oh,
So, like, the last 3 orders, they fucked something up, and I'm tired of, like, going to talk to them because I feel bad when I shouldn't feel bad because I didn't fuck
no.
anything up, but I feel like I'm being moany, and I don't wanna be perceived like that, but, like,
Yeah.
can you stop fucking up my orders?
How are they messing it up?
So, they either sending me the wrong things or something is missing in the meal. So, like, one of the meals was supposed to have tofu, and I had 2 of the same one. One of them had the tofu, one of them didn't have the tofu, and I'm like, "Okay." And then I think they were used to me ordering that one specific thing times 3, and I changed it to a different one, and they just sent me 3 of the ones before. I'm like, "Are you looking at the fucking"
Sounds really bad.
Well, yeah. So I was really upset. I was
Yeah.
annoyed. So then I'm like,
Sounds
"Well,
like a really bad service.
I don't want to have to" well, I didn't even complain the last time because 'cause I'm like, "I'm over this." Um, so now I'm kind of, like, not ordering because of that too,
Yeah,
because 'cause
that
I'm
makes
scared they're gonna
sense.
mess something up again.
Yeah. Do you
Anyways.
think you're someone who eats the same meal a lot?
Yeah.
Like, will you eat the same meal for days in a row?
Well, usually it'll be the same breakfast, and
Yeah.
then I'll have I'll make a big batch of something, but then I won't eat them, like, days in a row, I'll separate the days
Yeah.
in a row, if that makes sense.
'Cause so something Tom can do, Tom can have, like, a meal that he really loves, like, I don't know, black beans and rice or something, and he could genuinely eat that every day. Whereas I'm like, I could
Mm,
eat it once and maybe the next day, and then after that, I'm sick of it and I need
yeah.
something else. Like I need
Yeah.
variety. And I
No,
think
I'm
that
like
was,
that too.
yeah, like I think that's like something else that um I've sort of had to get my head around a little bit, is like when I
Hmm.
encounter those people who eat the same thing every day and I'm just like, no, I can't do that. Because I get
Yeah.
so I don't know, I guess because food is such a source of dopamine for me that if I have it for more than 2 days, I
Well,
feel
you
like I'm
don't get
losing my
it.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
get
just like,
that.
"Oh, I don't wanna eat, it's so boring."
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to talk about something. So, I have a sweet tooth. It's not on there. Um, but sometimes we like to go and get ice cream. Uh, which is funny enough. I work in an ice cream shop. It's not like I can eat it every day. Um, but I like to go see like the flavors of the other shops. And so we went to Ernest,
Oh, okay.
and I get so overwhelmed because they usually have a big line. As soon as we get inside, like I know the reward is gonna be my ice cream and I'm gonna be fine after. But the whole process of waiting to order is just so loud in there. There's so many people.
Yeah.
Everyone's blah, 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 blah. And Guillermo's like trying to talk to him, and I'm like, I can't. Do not talk
Yeah.
to me. I'm having a moment. Talk to me when we're out of here. I can't focus on anything right now. And it just makes me, I'm so overwhelmed in there. Um, but the reward is the ice cream. So, but like, I
I
don't have to put
love
myself through this, you know?
No, yeah. I love
And every
rewarding
time we
myself
go,
with food. That's like my favorite thing to do. Like, "Oh, I have a job interview. Here's a nice snack." Or I've like, I don't know, hit a certain amount of followers on social media. I'm gonna buy loads of crisps. Like, and then
that's
and
fun
then
though.
and then if we're like celebrating something, we'll always go out for dinner or order a
Hmm.
takeaway.
Yeah, we do that
Um,
too.
yeah, it's just like nice to mark stuff and celebrate. And
Yeah.
I think something that we're always saying to each other is, well, you can't take it with you. Like, there's no point saving all this
Yeah.
money to not do anything with it. So, like,
Mhm.
we do like to treat ourselves, and it is usually with food.
Yeah, we did that a lot too, and I think I had to change my like the way I think a lot with Guillermo because he loves food. I mean, too, but he's more of a spender than I am, so he had to really make me understand that, like you said, you're not taking it away with you.
Well, do you get, I can't remember if we've talked about this before, but do you get decision paralysis around food?
I do, yeah. I think it's one of my biggest struggles
Uh,
with it, yeah. Because I have to if I don't have the meals figured out, then I have to think, I need to find a recipe, and then I don't know what to choose. Yeah. Do you get it? I feel like you don't.
I do, but less than I used to. So I think because I'm sort of always conscious of like what's come in the veg box, and I've always just sort of thought, well, I'll have roughly these meals, and then on top of that, there's just I can throw together a pasta,
Mm.
and then there's also Tom will cook a couple of times in the week. So by the time you've factored all that in,
Mhm.
like there's
It's
the
usually
decisions
fine,
have
yeah.
already sort of been made. But I used to get shutdowns from the decision paralysis around food. And I talked earlier about how eating would get me out of a shutdown quicker. And like
Mhm.
that, but the decision paralysis around food was something that used to put me in a shutdown. I always say in the support group, fed is better than hungry, or fed is better than empty, because like at the end of the day, being hungry is dysregulating for most
Yeah.
people, and I think probably most autistic people will relate to that, and ADHD people and all AuDHD people relate to the fact that f- being hungry is dysregulating, and then the flip side of that is that food is regulating. So if you can, whatever
Mhm.
you can eat, just get it in you,
Yeah.
and that's something that I like try now to live by, and like to the point where I won't leave the house without a snack in my bag because I don't want to
That's
end
good.
up somewhere where they don't have anything vegan, they don't have anything that I'm confident about, that I get so hungry that I can't make a decision about what to eat from a surprise menu that's changed or whatever.
So, okay, Guillermo always gets annoyed at me because I put bars in my like hiking backpack, my camera backpack. And then he's like, "Oh my God, you've had this bar in there for ages." And then last time we went camping and I was getting a little bit hungry. So I was like, "Oh, surprise. There is a bar in my backpack." And then I was like, "See? This is why. Maybe they stay forever
Yeah,
in my backpack, but at least if at one point
yeah,
surprisingly, I get hungry and we're in the middle of fucking nowhere, which we were. I'm
yeah.
not
And that
hungry.
and yeah, and that's the same for me actually, is that the more that I accommodate myself in other ways, like using earplugs or just
Mhm.
planning things a little bit more than I used to, the less I rely on having those snacks. But the snack is there if I need it, you know, and it's like you
Yeah.
say, I might not eat it for 6 months, but it is there. When I leave the house, it's like earplugs, wallet, keys, snack.
Right. That's clever.
Anyway,
Two. A little rapid
rapid fire.
fire. Okay.
Yeah.
You start.
Smooth and creamy or extra crunch?
I think I like the extra crunch. I like the
Yeah,
crunchy.
me too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I always go for crunchy food. Super spicy or super sour? You're going to be neither.
Neither.
Yeah. Super sweet.
Super sweet. No, if I had to choose between the two, it would be sour because like spicy, I cannot.
Yeah,
I
same. I
can't.
mean, yeah, I don't like spicy, but I really love sour. Yeah. Oh, that's you.
Plain beige food or punchy flavors?
Punchy flavors.
I'll do punchy too, cause like I need something punchy in there. Otherwise, I'm bored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barbecue sauce.
Mhm.
Is that your punchy barbecue
Yeah.
sauce? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clean as you go or let the dishes sit for a few days.
Clean as you go.
Yeah, me
I
too.
hate when it's stacking up and I can't keep going until yeah, I have to clean as I go. Otherwise,
When me and Tom were first living together, we used to do it so that the person who cooked, the other person would
mm,
clean up. But
yeah.
Tom would use like
No.
way more dishes, would like never even clean a little bit as he went. So I would have all this stuff to clean up and then he would have barely anything. I was like, no, we're gonna change it so that whoever is cooking also cleans, and then that
Well
way the other
clean.
person gets like a full day off, and then we
Yeah.
switch. And it works a lot better because he is definitely not clean as you go, and I'm like, what are you
Guillermo's
doing?
also not clean as you go. And it drives me nuts. And because he wasn't working for a few weeks, he'd be like, "Oh, just leave everything in the sink." And I'm like, "I can't. I have to clean."
Yeah,
Yeah. Would you be food can't touch or mix it all together?
mix it all together.
I think I do too. Like I don't
Okay,
really
yeah.
care about
I
like food touching.
No, I've never really understood it. I know that some people don't want it to all touch and stuff, but I've
Uh-huh.
never. One of my granddads was like that actually. He liked everything to be separate. He would eat like one thing, and then say if it was a Sunday dinner, he'd eat all the peas, then all the carrots, then all the mash, and he wouldn't
Oh, I
like
like that.
like go between. He would eat it in like an order, and I'm like, no,
Interesting.
I want like
Yeah.
everything in my mouth at once.
Yeah, I'm the
Yeah, I tell you
same.
what as well. This isn't on the list, but um, sort of a similar sort of thing. But food meals where the food is in like a sauce, so everything's mixed together, like I don't know, a curry or or a shepherd's pie or something,
Mhm.
or meals where everything is separate, so, like, salmon with a side of potatoes and green beans.
I like both.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
okay.
don't
I mean, same.
I
But my
yeah.
the only reason I bring this up because I thought about my granddad, then I thought about my mom. My mom, you can't cook her anything that's, like, different textures mixed together in a sauce because she gets really weirded out by it. She's like,
That's
oh,
funny.
all these textures." And I'm just
That's
like,
funny.
"Yeah, I wonder where the autism comes from."
Yeah. Okay. So that's a wrap for this episode of AuDHD Unpacked. Thank you for listening and spending your time with us. We'll be back next month with a new episode where we'll be chatting all about self-worth and body image.
In the meantime, you can find us both on Instagram, where we regularly ask our audience for input via posts and stories, so do give us a follow. The link is in the show notes. We'd also love it if you could like, comment, or subscribe wherever you're listening, as it's a free way to help and support us. That's all for now. Bye.
Bye.